Hey, 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 this is your recap Aunty. Hey, y'all. Hey, this is Shar. Welcome to my channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello. How are y'all doing? We are here to recap episode number 135 of What Girl? What you talking about, girl? Beyond the Gates. What else? I mean, thank you so much for coming by. I see all of you guys' comments. My plan is to do the front porch on tomorrow because again I'm on vacation this week. I'm taking it easy. Yeah. So yes, I am definitely going to do the front porch tomorrow. That means I read all of your comments and I respond real time. Okay. So here I am. Get ready to watch Beyond the Gates. It's get ready to come on in just a few minutes. I'm watching it live at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my time. And then I guess the story that was right on before this is The Bold and the Beautiful. You got these people called Luna and Electra, and you got heifers sneaking in bed with masks, fucking people they ain't supposed to. I was like, what kind of bullshit? What kind of mess is this? So anyway, let me go ahead and get ready for my TV show. Ooh, we wake up, honey. We see the married couple waking up in bed, and Andre doing the snake, honey. He's remembering them getting bed. I'm getting wed the night before. So let me go ahead and continue watching this and see what the fuck he talking about. All right, you ready? I'm ready. Let go. So they are both having a little sweet dreams, baby. Like I said, the last the last video I named it "Sweet Dream or Beautiful Nightmare." That's why I named that for a reason. Y'all know that was a Beyonce song. But anyway, I wanted to name it something that was eye catching. And yeah, last yesterday was definitely a sweet dream or a beautiful nightmare. So they both are reminiscing about what happened the night before. Remember, they still are so pissy ass drunk. Child, we are at Jen and Ben's house. I'm sorry, Ashley and Derek. She welcomes him to her house. You know, that's what she wanted to do was bring him home. He's in a wheelchair. Apparently he got released out of his therapy session. So when we get over there to her house, you know, her house is all blues and grays and tans and you know, nice soft colors. Honey, that bitch kept that old crazy looking recliner chair. It's all brown and dusty and looked like a piece of poop. He can't believe it. He's like, oh my God, it's still here. He's still here. He actually named his, gave a sex to his chair. Gender, I mean, he. I mean, I thought you would have put him in a dump. That's what he tells Ashley. She's like, I mean, I would have definitely given him back to you, honey. I'm not gonna dump your favorite chair. He's like, oh, thanks, Ash. He's hugging the fuck out of that chair. Then all of a sudden, we see Naomi and we see Jacob come out the bedroom. And Jacob says, man, a man in his chair, that's an intimate bond. You right about that. And so Naomi was like, you're right. You shouldn't mess with that. Yeah, honey, because he's hugging that chair like they were about to make love. So he's looking all shocked. Derek is looking shocked that Jacob and Naomi came out of the bathroom. He's like, wait a minute, is nobody going to mention that we have two people just walk out of that bathroom? They just not two people. They your besties. So apparently, remember Naomi said that told her father yesterday that she needed to leave because Jacob needed to help her with the she needed to help Jacob with a special project. Well, what they did was make the bathroom more better for him because of his quote unquote condition, his paralyzation. I know they ain't no word, but y'all know. So yeah, Naomi, you know, she was like, "Well, this is your new and approved bathroom." So she has a drill, and so she showed it. So they made the bathroom nice for him. Okay, all right, Ashley. We made a few updates, Jacob said, to make it safe for the new tenant. Naomi said, we installed some shower bars and we put a chair in there for you, bro. Ashley, guys, didn't you guys say that there was something else that you needed to pick up at the hardware store? Hmm? So they looking at each other, Naomi and Jacob, like, yeah. And it did an abrupt cut to Uptown, and Doug is there, pissed, and Vanessa shows up, and the first thing he says is that you're late. I do hope that this goes better than last time, Vanessa said. Shit, Doug had a little attitude. He was like, well, that's entirely up to you. Okay, you a little pissy drunk again. This must be the week of drunk assholes, you know, drunk people. Who knows, baby? Whew. Well, baby, we are at Orphy James, and we see Samantha and her pappy sitting there at the table. And June comes up to them, and Samantha looks really good with her little top knot. June tells her daughter, because y'all know she's the mammy, but don't you look pretty? And so Samantha says, "Hi, June. You must be thirsty now you're back in school and busy." And I didn't even pay attention to her. Y'all, when we look up, that's the blonde. Remember I said that June had dyed her hair? Now we finally see episode number 135. We see the blonde. It looks cute on her, girl. Go ahead, June. But I think she lets it grow out because when they did a more recent video on IG, the blonde was like more on the tips of her hair. It wasn't all the way down. So I'm glad. Okay. So I guess this is a way for us to see that she's quote unquote changed or changing. I guess that's the only way that you can physically see a change was the color of her hair, which I think was a really bold move. But they just maybe needed to tone it down some. It's cute though. It's cute. So yeah, she wants to give her. She said, "I know you must be tired, honey. Busy with school and everything." And Martin was like, "Yeah, honey, look, don't worry about me, baby. I won't be staying because June and Samantha wanted to have some alone time. So yeah." He asks her, "How's the new job going?" So while she's looking at him, she got the glass in her hand, just pouring water all in the glass from the pitcher. She says, "Well, I mean, it's gonna take some use too, honey." She done spilled water everywhere, all over the table, baby. Come on, June, girl, you had enough coordination to color that hair. Now, baby, you got to do better when it come to food and service. And so she's like, "Oh, let me get that." Martin said, "That's all right. I must have had butter for breakfast." Yeah, slippery fingers, honey, slippery fingers. Samantha was like, "Well, now I just see how I get it, where I get it from, because, girl, I am always spilling things." Okay, okay. June says, "It only happens sometimes. That's the only time it happens." And so Samantha was like, "When you're nervous, mama?" Well, June gave this big ass smile, like, "Girl, you right." So she's like, "I'll be right back." So after she cleaned up the area, she walked off. She skedaddled. So after she leaves, Samantha tells Martin to thank him. "Thank you for not telling Dad." He says, "Well, look, I'm pretty good at keeping secrets. We know that nigga. After 2 years, yeah, you real good." She says, "Well, we'll just tell him after, okay? You know Smitty ain't gonna like that. You know he gonna cut a fucking fool. You know that." So Martin leaves. He says, "Call me when you're ready." He gives her a kiss and she says, I love you too." And he leaves. And so she's just staring at her mammy while she's serving other people. Girl, don't waste that water on them black women because they gonna cuss your ass out. Honey, she had the cup coffee for the wrong customer and the water for the wrong customer. So she switched hands and she apologized. See, girl, you didn't he say write that shit down, girl? Baby, we are back at the hotel room and not the Ted Hotel, the one in Vegas. And we hear some then all of a sudden the phone is ringing. Who calling them? Is that on the cell phone or room? It's Andre and Danny, Mr. and Mrs. Richardson, honey. Child is the hotel room phone. So Andre looking like, "Who the fuck is this calling me?" So he's like, I got it. She's like, "No, no, no, I'm awake, I'm awake, I'm awake." So they both checked their phones. And so he was like, "It ain't my phone." She's like, "Me neither, honey." So she turned her phone back around and went right back to sleep. They still don't notice it. It's the hotel room. Y'all answer that phone. Y'all might be it's past checkout time. Y'all need to get y'all might have to pay an extra fee. Shit. So it's still ringing. He was like, "Where is it?" She's like, "Okay, Andre, I can't. I make it stop." She put the pillow on her head in the bed, like, I can't. And he's like, "Shh, I got it, I got it, I got it." That nigga, he picks up the phone and it's upside down because it's a cord. For you young people, yeah, phones have cords. So he was like, "Yellow. Oh shit, let me turn this up. Let me fix this." So whatever he said, "Oh, well, yeah, yeah, do the thing, then whatever to make that shit happen." Yeah, yeah. He tried to ask and hang up the phone, damn phone. He he tried to reach it and he couldn't even reach it. He was like, "Fuck it." So she was like, "What's that? What's going on? Who that calling us this early in the morning?" He says, "We missed the checkout." Shit, I don't know. Remember I said that? I said that shit. I mean, although they can probably pay for the checkout, but most checkouts, baby, is around 11. So they been sleep a long damn time. Shit. That damn Danny was like, "I mean, where did we check in? Wait, do you know where we are? The fuck?" So Andre just looks at her like, "Bitch, you got questions." He was like, "Who are you, girl? Who are you?" He like, "And why the fuck does everything hurt? Why does ooh?" She's like, "Oh Lord, sweet mercy." So she puts the fucking damn pillow over her head. She's like, "I'm done." So we're back at the Red Zora. We see Martin comes in and kiss and hug his husband. Now you know Speedy ain't feeling that. I mean, he is, but let's see. So, yeah, I guess he feeling it. He was like, "Hey, I didn't hear you." He's smiling all big as Smitty, and so, Martin was like, "I didn't know you was working." And Smitty was like, "Yeah, I'm just doing a pitch to my editor, so it's all good. What you want, boo?" So Martin was like, "Yeah, hit me with it. With it. Let me hear what you writing, what you pitching." So Smitty was like, "Okay, all right." So he takes his little yellow pad and he says, "What is the potential fallout when biological parents re-enter a child's life after adoption?" So Martin was like, "That's a big fucking difference from the piece that you wrote on Malone." Yeah, Marcel. So, Smitty goes into the point of there's so many perspectives and stuff regarding the adoption process. Obviously, you have the open adoption process and the closed. Then you have people who stumble upon the truth when they take those little family tree box tests. You spit on that stick, all that shit. Yeah. So he was like, "Yeah, I mean, that shit is real." So Martin was like, "I know that a writer is supposed to, have a lot of shit to write about, but this one right here, this is right here. This story is real close to the bone." Smitty was like, "Yeah, we are the poster couple for the adoption process. And if I'm supposed to be respectful of other people's feelings and look out for potential pitfalls," Martin says, "and if you raise your children with a very strong and moral fiber, with a strong, good ethics, and I'm not gonna keep going through all this shit, y'all. I mean, it's nice, it's real squeaky clean, but I want to hear what Dougie got to say but to Vanessa's ass, and I can't wait to see what Andre and Daddy has to talk about regarding this merge, right? Y'all already know if it pops, we talking. If not, next scene. So Smitty ain't no fool. He was like, "All this nice talk, you got me wondering, because we need to make sure, although the kids are happy and everything, we still need to set boundaries for their asses. Where the kids at? Oh, Tyrell is at the movies." That's what Martin said. "And where the fuck is Samantha?" Smitty says. Martin was like, OG with June. So yeah, so we back at Orphe Jeans, baby. So Samantha's asking her mammy, I mean, do you have much time? I mean, I know that we kind of plan to have this conversation on your day off and everything. June says, "Honey, take all the time you need, honey. My manager's cool. And it's not every day that I have mother daughter time." Go ahead, June. Okay, I'm getting a better view of this. I mean, they really bleached everything, the baby hairs, the sideburns, all the curls and shit. Yeah, y'all better do that. It looks good on her. It looks really, really good on her. I think that they should have lightened it though. Not lightened it, but toned it down to make it more like a golden blonde. This is platinum. Or she should have like slicked that shit down. That'll be cool too. So they showed a back view of her hair. She got the finger waves at the back of the nape too. Sometimes women, y'all tape the taper. Us shortcut women, the back of our neck is much more looser curls than it is around the sides and I mean on the top. So her hair texture is clearly like that. When you color your hair like that, it takes away the texture of your hair. Either makes you softer or it loosens the curls, and you have to make it happen. So it's cute. But anyway, June tells her that she feel privileged that when she even wanted to, she wanted to hang out with her after everything that happened. Samantha says, "You did the right thing for me and Tyrell, and that's what's important. And you have a job. I mean, do you like it?" And June was like, "Girl, it's different." I mean, it's been a while since I've been indoors around people, but the people I've met, I think then Sir James, I think that was you who said that you thought that she said she didn't want to work around no people. That's your confirmation. You were right, baby. I remember her saying it, but she said it again. She ain't want no job to be around no damn people. But she says that the people that she's met, oh, I met the Anita Williams herself. And so Samantha was like, "Yeah, my great grandmammy." And then June says, "Honey, now that's a classy lady." Samantha was like, "Yeah, she's the best." Okay, so we're not gonna keep going through all of this because it seems like it's a very tiptoey conversation. I'm ready for Samantha to ask her mammy about men. So we're gonna listen. And if ain't nothing popping off, next. So we kind of leading up into it. She says, "Your dads, they set y'all up real damn nice, girl. You got so many amazing, beautiful, wonderful women around you. So what the fuck you want to talk to me about?" She says, "I need advice. And so June says, okay. And so Samantha says, about boys? And so June gives this very huge, uncomfortable smile. That will be my thumbnail. I gotta make sure I rewind this so I can take it. Y'all know I like to take the old awkward ass pictures. Child, we're back at Ashley's box. And she trying to convince Derek, like, look, honey, you're moving in. And look, Herbert lives here now. Herbert is the chair. She has to bend down. And the way that Derek is thinking, Derek is feeling guilty because he can feel shit in his legs and he ain't tell her shit yet. And she's changing her life. That girl has remodeled her fucking bathroom to make sure it accommodates him. And she kept the chair. You know he feeling fucking guilty. She says, and I had those permanent bars in the shower. Those are permanent fixtures, just like you, honey. He's like, look, 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 no, 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 look, now that bathroom is your sanctum, your happy place. You did that for me, yeah. She did that shit for you. Now you sitting there ain't saying shit. She's like, huh, now it's ours. He's like, no, it's an outpatient outhouse. He's so fucking ungrateful. She says, "Wait a minute. Is this a pronouncement on Naomi's carpentry capabilities?" She apologizes and tells him that she's sorry if this is a big adjustment for him. They'll take things slower. He's like, "No, look, look, look. No, don't get me wrong now. I appreciate y'all, you guys, getting together and do this instant revamp for me. But oh, I get it. I get it. You're completely overwhelmed. Okay, all right. Message received. Girl, let the nigga talk. That's another bitch that talk too much and don't listen. Shut up and let him talk. That's why whenever he's try to tell her some shit about his leg, she cut him off. Shut the fuck up. She's like, I understand, baby steps, okay? He's like, thanks. She's like, look, hey, look, you are not my patient or my problem. I mean, baby, you just need my help right now. I'm gonna need yours too one day. And he says, yeah, well, just wait until my hero instincts kick back in. She's like, well, those are always there. So she was like, you know what? You were just rescuing me from a cluttered bathroom. That's all. It ain't that deep and you ain't that noble. All right, Ashley. Okay. And we'll survive, she says. So we are at the hotel, honey. So Daddy is so out of it. She asked Andre, how in the fuck did we get on a cruise ship and how the fuck did we get off? It feels like the room is spinning. Damn. Y'all. Shit. She like bent over, her ass is all in the air. He said, look, this is your fault. She says, no, sir. And he said, yes, the first round is on your ass. They got a statue in the background that has a paper hat on it. What is that? Y'all, damn. So Danny was like, you know what, honey? I'm sure that there's plenty of blame to go around. And when we found a copy of that bill, I think that's the thing that's folded up on the damn statue. It's like a paper Napoleon hat. That's what they did. They folded that shit and put it on the statue. Unless it's their marriage certificate. Because it does have a little golden seal on it. So we'll see. So she's like, the bill? She's like, oh no, Bill. And Andre was like, what about that nigga? Oh no, not the man, she says. The cocktail. That cocktail had everything in that shit. She said, uh-huh, and I'm sure there's somebody else mentioned about going someplace else. Is this someplace else? Girl, y'all don't fucking know where you are? She tells him to go look out the window and tell and tell her what he sees. Y'all don't know where you guys are? Now, beyond the gates, y'all asses could have definitely given them a bigger bed. Now that's that damn twin bed. I mean, shit. Even the bed at damn Ted's room was bigger. Now, y'all could have given him a bigger bed. So he was like, you go. She said, baby, I cannot go vertical right now. And that window is so far. Y'all remember how I was when I ate that damn GUMMY? And I have a small house, and how my desk seemed like it was so far from the bathroom. So I understand how Danielle feels. So he pulls out his phone from underneath the sheet. Why the phone is underneath the sheet? He said he looks at his phone. He says, my phone says Vegas. She says, what? Wait a minute. Y'all didn't. Where's the private pilot at? No, 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 she says. That was just a damn nightmare I had. He was like, "Oh, shit, I'd had it too." She said, "Wait a minute, you dragged me to Vegas? I mean, we can't be here. I have things, people." Whoa, 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 wait a minute, Andre says. "I'm pretty sure that this shit was your idea." "So what if it was?" she says. "We're both old enough to gamble." "Girl, that ain't the kind of gambling y'all did." "How much did we lose, Andre?" "Guess where we at, y'all?" "We're at the casino, the hole in the wall, Joey's spot." And we have Marcel on my screen talking to Joey, honey. So Joey is telling Marcel, "Wait the fuck a minute, Joey. No, you better not, because we know Marcel is gonna do the do." Joey asks Marcel, "Need to go over details?" And and Joey got on his fucking diabolical black. God almighty, they go. "Oh no, Dougie." So Marcel was like, "Wait a minute, man. You think I'm new here?" So Joey was like, "Man, I need more men like you, man. Intuitive, man. Never let me down." Marcel says, "I'm not trying to start." Joey says, "Well, good, because this job I got for you is right up your alley. But is it really work when you fucking love what you fucking do?" Oh my God. Bye bye, Doug. Bye bye. He's going to be gone, y'all. James, you was right. Anyway, we're back at Uptown. And Doug is sitting there with his wife. "What's the occasion?" she says. "Can't be thirsty, so you're what? Drinking to forget?" And oh, I love that purse. Hopefully they tag that today in what they wore on TV. Ooh, that thing is pretty. It's pretty and bling. I like bling, y'all. Ooh, it's so pretty. So Doug tells her, "I'm just remembering how you used to be before you came someone else." "Whatever's on your mind," she says. "Please, out with it." "Shit. I have been invited to a high stake exclusives poker game." "Oh, fuck." "And I'm going. Damn it." Damn it. He gone, y'all. Ooh, and I love her earrings too. She says, "Like hell you are. Vanessa, I mean, you doing cute today." And she know you can see a fear on her face and you better not go nowhere on her face. It's like she's doing good with this expression. Cause she knows if he goes, it's courtings, my friend. It's courtings. Courtings. Yeah, we're back at Ashley's house. So Jacob and Naomi are back and says they got everything that they need to finish installing. So Ashley says, "Oh, guys, we're famished. You guys are the best." So Naomi was like, "Cool, let's go to Orphe Jeans." And so I almost said her name. Ashley said, "Let's go." He was like, "Well, if you guys don't mind, I'm not really ready to have no field trip. This is Derek. If that's okay." He don't want people to see him in no damn wheelchair. Unless he gonna be running around there in the house while they gone, getting up and walking and shit. So Ashley was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I should ask you first." And so Derek says maybe Jacob can stay and help out with the kitchen cabinets while the ladies leave and maybe go get them something to eat. So he looks at them and say, "You don't mind, do you?" And so Naomi was like, "No, fine. It sounds like fun." And Jacob looking like, "Okay, why you want to talk to me alone, nigga? That's weird." So they kissing, love you. So Naomi's looking at Jacob like, "See, I told you, nigga, they get that together." So he looks, she's like, "Oh, nigga, I was right." He was like, "Yeah, what was I thinking?" Jacob says. So Naomi gives her man a kiss. She says, "That's what I would like to know, honey. Yeah, I was right." So, yeah, my pleasure. She said, "I was right." So she leaves and she spanks him on his booty cheek. I wonder was that in the script. I don't think so, girl. I don't think so. I think that Ariel, I think that's her real name, Naomi. I think she's part of the LGBT so her wife or girlfriend ain't got no got to worry about that. And I think that oh boy, Jacob, I think he's single. I think. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong in the comments like y'all always do. I'm just kidding. Naomi was like, "See, just because you're getting married doesn't mean that you let the steam out." Hell no, girl. That's when it gets hot. That's a very subliminal message, right? About her mama just getting married and steam is out from the night before. Yeah. So they leave, and so Jacob was like, "All right, man, did you rush them out of here fast enough? What's the fuck's up?" Derek was like, "What the fuck is it?" So Jacob was like, "What the fuck you talking about?" "The thing that I asked you to get from my apartment." "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." He's like, "Well, if you weren't in that fucking chair, I had about a dozen pranks that I was finna pull. And well, I'm under enough pressure without." Oh, so it's the ring. He never gave the ring back. Remember the ring that he bought for damn Ashley that she turned him down? Jacob found it. So here's the ring. "Good work, detective," he says. Jacob was like, "Well, is it just like you remembered?" Derek is like, "Yeah, it feels like a different lifetime when I proposed. Man, it was just a couple of months ago." "Listen, man, there are two things that ain't changed," Jacob says. "Your love for Ashley and her love for you." Now, when he sat down in the chair, he turned around, he kind of knocked against Derek's wheelchair. So Derek kind of slid his wheelchair back a little bit. I don't think that meant to happen. I like to look at the little things, baby. The little thing. He goes on and says, "What? After the accident, I didn't think that she could love me even more. And there she goes. It surprises me, Derek." "You gotta hang on to a woman like that," Jacob says. "Yeah," Derek says. "And this ring, this needs a better fucking hiding place. How about let's see, there, behind those books. And guess what? That's gonna be the books that she gonna need to give to Andre. Well, she gonna find that shit because she gonna have to read or something. Watch. She gonna find the ring. It's I can see it in the script. Child, we see the books on the top shelf with MCAT, nursing procedures, clinical nursing skills, all of these books. He's reaching. Right here would be all right. Jacob was like, nigga, you got it?" I'm sorry. "Nigga, you got it? Be careful." Then all them fucking books fall on his lap. "Jacob, why the fuck is you standing there, nigga? Why you didn't help your friend?" Shit. Them books fell on his leg, and he grabbed, when something hits you, you hit your leg on something, the first thing your hand is gonna do is rub that area. So Jacob's like, "Yo, Derek, you felt that shit?" "I would be absolutely delighted to do the honors, honey. We are back in Vegas with the fake Nita memory, telling them that she will be absolutely honored to do the honors and delighted to perform their wedding." And they're just sitting there in bed, looking at like real spacey, like, she. So Andre, back in present time, he was like, wait a minute. Did we have drinks with your mammy?" And so Danny was like, she's like, "Wait a minute." Danny was like, "Oh my God, this is not good." And Andre's like, "Why the fuck can I not remember anything?" There's a lot of people who didn't like that episode, y'all. I loved it. Like I said, with all of that, everything that's been going on, y'all, we needed a good laugh. Yeah, that shit was all over the place, but that's me. Sometimes I can be all over the place. I loved episode number 134. Might not be my best episode, but I loved it. I will give it, okay, let's do the 5 frames real quick. I would give it maybe a 4.2 to me. I liked it. We needed that laughter. It was so good to me. I mean, and again, because Tamara Tooney has a sense of humor. Everybody probably looks at her as like a serious actress, but she was like, "No, bitch, I don't need no drag. I can be drag because there are women who do drag. I've done it. I've definitely done it." So yeah, I thought it was a really fucking dope episode, and the drunk was a little over the top, but shit, why not? I'm gaudy. I like wild and crazy shit like that. So I had a ball. I had a ball, baby. Y'all heard me laughing and shit on the thing. So anyway, back to present day. Shit, she said, "Was that a bottle in front of me or a full frontal lobotomy? Damn, damn, girl." So she was touching her hair, and he was like, "No, no, 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 no." She was like, "Andre, what's wrong?" So she looked at her hand and she saw that wedding band on her finger. She hid it under the cover. She was like, "Oh my God, Andre, what did you do to me?" He said, bitch, whatever it was, you did it right back." And he was pointing his finger. She's like, "I would never." He said, "Well, somebody fucking did. I mean, it's got to be a joke, right?" He was like, "Right, right, right. There's no way that this shit is real. I mean, because that would be bonkers, right? I mean, we are not married. That's something a woman remembers." That's what Daddy said. Child, I haven't watched the Beyond the Gates real time in so long. So now the new Unstoppables ain't the shoulders shaking no more. This bitch was walking down the street smelling all good. Boom, 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 boom. With afro. I was like, go ahead, girl, you better go. They have changed a lot since the last time I did a damn real time reaction. I really do like this commercial. And now you got COPD commercials and shit. It's like, what happened to the insure the AARP? Girl, so we back at Orphe G's, the OG baby, and Samantha is going on and on and on about her and Nathan, and so June is sitting there listening, and when I tell you she got like a pile full of damn tissue and just ripping it up while she's listening to this girl. Like I said, the most uncomfortable conversation on earth. I mean, and Dad came home, and Nathan and I were. I mean, and so we were, and so June was like, were." She's still ripping up that tissue, baby. It's a very uncomfortable conversation. She said, "Well, yeah, Cat was there, and then you were kissing. That's all." And then she got mad, and then Nathan left. But your ass didn't tell her that his ass came back. You didn't tell her that. Let's see if you gonna tell your mammy that. I mean, this Nathan, he a good kid? Was he raised right like you? June says. Samantha's like, I mean, well, like, I mean, he likes me. Baby, even a statue would turn his head to look at you. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to like this guy back, June says. Make sure that nigga's good, she says. Now, you see, now nice and good, very different, honey, miles apart. Nice is the things you can do. Look, anybody can do that shit. Good grows from your heart. You're good. And Samantha thanks her mother. That was great. Go ahead, June. You got wisdom. You got wisdom, honey. I appreciate that. Yeah, good comes from the heart. Nice, anybody can do that shit. Anybody. But good is a seed, baby. That grows right there from your spirit and your heart, baby. That's on the inside. Yeah. She says, protect that child. Girl, have your whole life to do grown up things. Yes, take your time. Please, girl. Don't rush growing up. I wish they would go ahead and pan up so we can see what that menu is. 16 summers, honey? That's a blink. I mean, being young is not long enough as it is, girl. Take all the room and time you need, honey, to become Samantha Richardson Smith. Boys can wait. Let them. Now, why is it Samantha Richardson Smith and not Samantha Smith Richardson? Okay. That's right, Smitty. That's his last name, Smith. Okay, got it. She continues to say, you are valuable. Every choice is too important to waste on something you'll regret. Girl, you better say that, girl. When you get old, you're gonna find that out over to again. Ain't we right, everybody? Everybody who's an adult listening. Yes, so right. How do you not regret stuff? Samantha says. Shit, June was like, honey, that's a question too deep for break time. Samantha's like, okay, I mean, so how do I act when I see him? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do to know if he likes me, like really does like me? You are valuable, she says. And also remember to be yourself. Samantha was like, I don't even know who I am yet, honey. So June was like, well, that's we're gonna need some more water while I ponder on that. I'll be right back. Just so Samantha's like, oh God. So we're back at the hotel to get out of hotel. So Danny is telling Andre, oh my God, I'm having flashbacks. He says, all right, okay, cool. You share first, and then I'll share. She's like, okay, all right. Look. She says, look, this is gonna sound cray cray, okay? But just hear me out, she says. So Danny tells what she remembers. And on behalf of the Naughty Dreams Chapel and the state of Nevada, you may now kiss your bride. So back to present, because she was going back to a memory. Back to the present, Andre was like, damn, I gotta admit, that sounds, she says, a lot like what you remember. He was like, yeah, I mean, he said, what the fuck was your mama doing there? She's like, it was a knockoff, Andre. She has an impersonator in Vegas. Lord help us all. He said, well, but that's the thing. He said, if we actually got married, then there would be proof, right? He said, I don't see proof. You? So she's looking around. She said, not a thing. He was like, see? All right, all right. It was just a wacky old crazy ass dream. So she looks over there, looks at the statue with the paper hat. She's like, hold up. What is that paper over there? He was like, nope, nope. He said, it doesn't matter how drunk we got. Nope. Mm-mm-mm. That is some shit that we will definitely remember. She said, Andre. He said, indoor voices. She's like, okay, what the fuck is that piece of paper over there on that damn statue? He talking about he don't see that damn sheet of paper. Looking right at the damn camera. So I am definitely going to take this picture. What minute is that? Yeah, like I don't see it. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. And Danny was like, okay, well, I don't see it either. So he trying to reach for it on the statue. She said, no, 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 don't do it, don't do it. He said, look, girl, I got to. So he's reaching to get it. No, no, no. She said, no, it's just a hotel bill or a coupon for a fortune teller or something like that. Right? So he has it in his hand. He's like, okay, look, on three. So he was going to count. So she says one, and she just snatches it. She didn't even give him to three. She just took it out of his hand. Yes, sir. It says Clark County, Nevada, certified abstract of marriage. Groom Andre Richardson, bride Danielle Dupree, year of marriage 2025, recorded Clark County, Nevada, book 903540, instrument 90233, applicant blah blah blah. It's a sealed stamp of approval. They is married, y'all. Lord, we back at the red door. That mean ass Smitty, Smitty, as James calls him, slams his laptop down. What the fuck? Behind my back? Without my consent? He tells Martin. I swear he's so he it's like him and Martin switch roles because Martin was always pissed off like this all the time. Now it's his ass. Calm the fuck down, Smitty. So Martin was like, look, I know we should have discussed this, but Samantha thought you was gonna try to damn stop her. I mean, he is so mad, he's scratching his head and everything. Ooh, he said I would have, Smitty says. And are you blaming your poor choices on our child? Damn. He says that they've spent time with June before. That's what Martin says. Smitty's like, I don't give a fuck. That's with us. This was in the present. This is different. Mark was like, look, honey, they are sitting in the middle of damn Orphe jeans, okay? What's safer than that shit? June lived her ass on the street for years, Martin. She abused drugs. She barely getting her life back together. Damn. I mean, we're barely standing up normal after our large ass upheaval. And still, you choose to hide that shit from me. You still doing that. He says, look, baby, this isn't the same. Samantha came to me and Smitty cut his ass off. He said, because your ass is easy. Damn. You are risking our relationship to get cool points with your kids. When I tell you I ain't heard cool points in a while, I heard it more in DC. I don't ever remember it and hearing it here in the damn North Carolina area. I heard a lot of it in DC, cool points. What about y'all? Do y'all remember the term cool points? Martin said, I resent that shit. And damn, Smitty screaming, how do you think I feel? Like, damn. Relax, Smitty, relax. So he was like, well, at least I told you after the truth. Smitty was like, well, after the fact, Martin. Like you do every single fucking time. Damn, he's screaming. Ooh, I need some water. Ooh, he says Samantha confided in me. That's what Martin says. Smitty with his old evil sour puss says, because she trusted you to lie to me. Damn. Because that is your damn pattern. He says, really, Smitty? So this is who we are. Huh? Smitty was like, you're damn right. He was like, it's in the aftermath, okay? And really, look, I don't even want to do this shit right now. Mark was like, me either. Shit. So Smitty was like, I want to draw the fucking line. I am not comfortable with visits with June without a family visit. I don't want, if I could say this shit, I don't want any more visits with June without a family member present. You hear that shit? Martin says, fine, I'll go get Samantha. Nope. Smitty was like, no, I will. I'm going to get my daughter. And no more damn unilateral decisions, Smitty says before he grabbed his shit and left. Damn. Martin just think he just told one little white lie. But it's taking Smitty a lot to get over that. Smitty ain't even thinking about the fact that he killed somebody. He's all focused on the fact that you lied to him for years. Even after he asked you over and over again, you lied. And he cannot get over that. I'm not telling him that it should be that easy and that quick for him to get over it, But it's going to take more than Martin says, oh, look, I'm sorry. So we're at Uptowns. Looks like it's Uptowns. No, Orphe Jeans. I don't know. It looks like Uptowns with Naomi and Ashley. So Naomi asks Ashley, I'm like, what are we doing here? What are we having here? So Ashley's like, I mean, what you mean with takeout? No, Naomi said, nah, bitch. You know the medical condition that has caused this 180? What are you having? Oh, give me a break, Ashley says. I love Derek. I mean, Naomi was like, girl, a few months ago you turned him down. And now what? You want what you refused back then? I don't get that shit. I mean, and things are different now, Ashley says. And Naomi was like, you think? Yeah. He had a life altering accident. I'm like, okay, I did not propose to him out of pity. Yes, you did, bitch. Yes, you did. Naomi was like, well, good then. Well, tell me the real reason, honey. And you know what? While you're at it, will you please explain to me what the fuck happened with Andre? We realized that we belong with other people. Just a lion. And so Naomi was like, okay, so Derek's accident ain't had shit to do with it, huh? It was a wake up call. It made me realize how much he means to me. Look, call it fate. I mean, call me crazy, but Derek and I were destined. All right, we back at the other side of Uptown because it's the same song. So let's play it in the background with Vanessa and Dougie. So Vanessa says, what is this all about, Doug? He's like, my Declaration of Independence. Okay? She's like, I didn't come here for this. And I didn't sign up to be your side piece. But you always wanted more. Something extra, just so that you could be naughty. Because it was too easy for your ass to be decent and respectable. Oh, no, 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 no. You had to keep it flirty and dirty. Where is this coming from? The man who loved you. Funny fairy tale, actually. My beautiful princess turned into a. What, what the fuck are you? Disgusted, she says. Disillusioned, tired of these arguments. You have to forgive me, my love, but I have grown very fond of our verbal fisticuffs. That's something that actually inspires some kind of a passion from you these days. Whose fault is that? She says. You should have kept this behavior at home. I would not be taken in any direction, he says. You can pay your companions for that. Ooh. Ooh. Not companions with an S. Lower your voice, she says. Goodness, how much that shit have you had? Not enough to fill the void. When I tell you these niggas is yelling today, Andre, who else? Smitty, now Doug. Y'all is doing some fucking screaming. Yeah, because Ashley and Naomi hears him, and so Naomi was like, "Oh my God, please don't ever let that be us with our men, honey, please." Yes, it's gonna be. What ChatGPT told me, y'all gonna be having some issues too. So Ashley tells Naomi, "Never." Vanessa was like, "Oh look, let's go. We can discuss this in private." She tells it to Doug. I have plans, he says. High stakes, risking it all, baby. Doug, don't do this. Mm-mm. Let's try this one more time, he says. You quit your fucking vices, and I'll quit mine. She didn't say nothing, just tight lipped and straight faced. He's like, that answers my question. Looks like I have a game to play. Something that I can actually fucking win. This bitch says, with your luck, I wouldn't count on it. Wow. Thanks, wifey. He skedaddles off and says bye to the girls. So she puts her purse on the table. And I want that purse. I bet you that shit is so damn expensive. I want that purse. Back at Ashley's box, and so Jacob was like, "Bro, man, you can feel your legs, man. That's dope." Derek was like, "No, easy, cowboy. Slow down. It's not what you fucking think." So Jacob was like, "Well, why ain't we celebrate?" I haven't told Ashley, he says. Jacob was like, "Why the fuck not?" He was like, "I don't want to jinx it. It's just twinges on and off. That's all." This is incredible, Jacob says. Derek was like, "Fuck that. You can't say anything, all right, bro? I want this to be a surprise." Ashley is trained to notice things like this with her patients, Jacob says. I'm not her fucking patient, Derek said. Bro, you know I didn't mean it like that, Jacob said. All I'm saying is that we've been through a damn enough, honey. And to give her false hope at this point, this is what Derek said, that just seems so damn cruel, you know? I can't do that, Jacob. Jacob says, yeah, yeah, if you can. Look, man, I've lost control over every part of my life, all right? Derek. I'm like, damn, Derek, let Jacob whisper. Finish what he's fucking saying. Let me have this shit, okay? Let me tell her when I fucking want to, in my own way. Ooh, he says, I'm not asking you for your approval, just for your fucking silence. Damn. Ooh. So we're back at the hotel in Vegas. So Andre was like, well, whoever set this shit up has fucking jokes. Danny was like, yeah, probably laughing all the way to the altar. So funny, so funny. He was like, wait a minute. And even if we did what that certificate said we did, where's the damn evidence? I mean, it's not fucking real until you see a picture, right? He said. That's an actual law of photography. So they both pick up their phones. So her phone is dead and his phone is dead too. Hers was turned off. Yeah. So Danny was like, do you really want to see pictures of us, honey? Drunk, stumbling down the aisle? Yeah, you should. He says no. So he takes her phone out of her hand. She says, well, I can honestly say, husband, there is no one I would rather not remember marrying than you. Oh. So we're at Orphe Jean. So Smitty shows up. And so Marcel is there. So he approaches Smitty and says, man, what did the chief call your ass? Uh, what did the chief call you? Pesky reporter? So he says, I got a few names to call his ass too. That's what Smitty says, but I'll keep those names all to my damn self. Smitty, you fucking with the wrong one now, Smitty. I know you mad with all the niggas today. Don't fuck with Marcel. You hear me? You ain't that big and bad, nigga. Stand back. Keep your anger toward Martin. Shit. Marcel ain't do shit to you. He gave you an interview, and that was it. God dog it. So Marcel tells him, I got a copy of the profile you wrote on me. Yeah. Smitty was like, before it was released. You should thank your lucky stars that you took the high road, Marcel said. Smitty with his smart ass, yeah, right, honey. You don't like to go on that space much, do you? The high road. Now he does it low, 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 low. The air is too rarefied up there for my taste, Marcel said. Smitty was like, well, there is two versions of that fucking story. The one that you read and the other one on a hard drive. You running your fucking mouth. God dog. And in the cloud and in the safe deposit box. Damn. Why are you talking so much, Smitty? Maybe it's gonna be Smitty that's gonna be offed. Smitty and damn Dougie. Cause I swear they talking a lot. So if you ever cross the line or if anybody in my family think of you as a problem, the world will know the damn truth about you. And it'll go viral. Marcel says the Dupree's got a lot more to lose than I do if that story ever sees the light of day. Smitty, I don't think Smitty gonna go home and tell Martin what he's doing. Smitty keeps his fucking secrets too. He do. Smitty was like, I don't give a fuck. If that's the case, I guess we both will enjoy less involvement in both our lives. Marcel says, delete that fucking story, kid. Smitty was like, look, that won't make the truth about you disappear at all. He said, your ass better be real smart to remember that shit. Because the story about me lives forever, motherfucker. So yeah. See, he tried to say something smart, but Marcel was like, well, just remember that now. Yeah, the story won't be deleted, but my reputation lives on, nigga. Lives on. So we're back with June and Samantha. She's like, so you want to know about how to act around this boy? Mm. Well, baby, you have time, girl. Plenty of time to figure out boys. Look at this picture. And that's a picture of her on her phone. Samantha, girl, you have that it factor, child. Any guy would be lucky to have you on his arm. Samantha was like, it's just the guy that I like. I mean, he seems so sure. That's front end. Girl, inside that nigga, he's just as new at this as you are. I ain't heard fronting in a while too. Y'all better use the damn Maryland, DC, Virginia terms. I love it. You see what gets real tricky, honey, is when we like somebody, it gets easy to lean too hard into what they want. We make ourselves like what they like and do what they do. And if we're not careful, we'll stop listening to that voice inside of us, i.e., Catherine Richardson. Protect that. That's your Janie voice. Who Janie, girl? Oh, like that the book that I'm reading. Their eyes were watching God. Yeah. June says you're right, girl. That's how you know that you are still you. Thanks, June. And June continues on, it's like, and listen, stay away from people who want to rush you, want you to ripen too soon. Life is long, girl. You don't have to figure out everything right now. And when I can't figure it all out, Samantha says, can I ask you? June smart. I would talk to your fathers first, she says. They know you way better than I do, child, but I am here for you. How did I do? June says. Samantha says, you're amazing. So are you. And they hug. Oh. Samantha says, maybe we can do this again sometime? If you want to, June says. And Samantha's like, I can always use some help with boys. So yeah, yeah. Okay, you better keep your head in those books, honey. Reading and studying and listen to your parents. And you'll be just fine. Oh my goodness. I see some people over there that need some water. So I'll talk to you later. Okay. All right, so we're at the red door, and the person who came in was Tyrell. So Martin asks him how was the movie. He was like, it was pretty good. So Tyrell had a little attitude. So Martin was like, Tyrell? Tyrell was like, look, I just want to go to my damn room. Damn. And he gives this long Martin Luther King speech. You can do that, Martin tells Tyrell, but I just want to let you know, baby, I miss you, son. Aside from me loving you because I'm your pops, I actually like you. And I miss spending time with you. I keep forgetting how Tyrell is still pissed with him. How I don't know why I thought that they were cool after they was playing them cards at their table and high fiving each other. I don't know why I thought everything was cool. But yeah, he still ain't feeling his dad. Mm-mm. Well, pops, I mean. Goes to more of his Martin Luther King speech about how, beating him in chess is what he most missed the most. And he knows that he disappointed Tyrell, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's go see Doug get his. Oh my God, that man ain't gonna make it. So yeah, he just like, just went through this speech about I know I did some bullshit in the past. Please forgive me. Tyrell was like, look, I'm just thinking about right here, right now. Okay, well, can you just give me a little bit of grace for right now too? So yeah. Anyway, we're at Uptown, and it looks like Vanessa had rang Joey. You rang, he says. Glad you can join me, she says. He says, well, you've been on my mind all day long. She said, oh, what a day it's been. Yeah, girl. So Joey says, so she called to fill a need. Mm. So what do you need? He says. She says, well, that could fill a book. He said, now, well, that shit is what you want. That's real damn easy. But what you need is something very different than what you've had. So Doug's empty glass is still sitting there. So he picks up the glass to smell it, and he says, Doug, how weird is that? That's weird. Why are you going to smell the glass that he just left? You weirdo. Vanessa says, oh, we were having such a nice time before you said his name. Yeah. What's he done now? A few too many of those. She's looking at that glass. A little early to be drinking, he says. You tell that to him, she said. God knows he really don't listen to my ass no more, and one addiction leads to another with him, and that never ends well. Maybe you need to dip your toes in different water, he says. A change of scenery can do wonders to form a new perspective. Don't go, Vanessa. Don't go. First of all, you fussing with Doug. They're talking about you don't want to go nowhere with his ass. Now he wants to take you away. Oh, now you just want to just skedaddle and leave. Are we talking about that suite at the Watergate? He says, or more like a beach bungalow. Tropical breeze, he says, fresh air. She says, tempting. And not a Doug in sight, he says. Just you and me and whatever makes your toes curl. Really? Because y'all been fucking on that damn poke her table. Yes, get in a bed somewhere, honey, please. Put yourself in my hand, sweetheart. Let me show you the way to paradise. That sounds so corny. That sounds so fucking corny. Back with Danny and Andre, the Richardsons, and so So Danny looks at him and says, "We can stay here forever, ever." And he says, "So, I mean, so what you gonna tell your parents?" She's like, "I'm a damn adult." He said, "Oh, damn. Don't make me laugh, man. Every time I laugh, everything damn hurts. Damn." She's like, "I can't. That's what we do for each other." I like that when you have a friend that you can really like laugh with. Dan, but Danny is obsessive and possessive. So if he gives an inkling about him and Ashley wanting to be together and he wants to divorce, Danny's gonna make it real hard. I swear. I swear. So Andre was like, "Well, what about your daughters? I mean, what are you gonna tell them?" She's talking about that their father made me do it. He was like, "Danny, like, look, now we gotta face the music." She said, "Yes, except for when your ass return to the DMV area, honey. Your music will be a string quartet. Ooh, my music will be a second line jazz parade, and the funeral will be mine." So you don't think that once Nicole finds out that her nephew is also now her brother-in-law, that she won't come for me? Yeah, she gonna grab for your neck. She gonna try to choke your ass like she did Leslie. "Have you met your sister?" he said. She just giggled. She think that's the most funniest thing. "She gonna skin you alive," she says. And he was like, "Oh, Daddy, you're so cruel." She's like, "I'm so sorry." He's like, "Nah, nah, it's okay. It's all good. We got it. We got it." He says that marriage certificate is just a fucking piece of paper. We can make it go away just like that. She says no one ever has to know that we're hubby and wifey. It's our little secret. Yeah, so they do a pinky swear. That's funny. Me and my boyfriend did the same thing last night because I want to go to Vegas. I told him let's go next year. I said our asses ain't getting married while we out there, and we're not. So we did a pinky swear last night. That must be really like good. That's like magical. Nope, we ain't doing that. No sir. No sir knows. He knows. So back at the red door, so Martin and Tyrell are having their talk, their much needed talk. Say, "You ready to hear this shit?" That's what Tyrell was like. Come on, let me hear it," Martin says. He says, "Well, thanks sir, for not overthinking and micromanaging me. And, and me and Samantha when June just popped out of nowhere, That was very commendable. And you raised us right." And so Martin says, "Thank you. You've got to trust that we're going to make the right decisions. And another thing, you ain't going to like what I'm finna tell you, Pop. I've been letting your ass beat me in chess. I've been letting you beat me. For years, nigga, I've been letting you beat me. Since the second time you played me, I've been letting you win." Mark was like, "Man, in your dreams." Tyrell was like, "Man, I've been dragging your ass this whole time." So, "Oh, okay, I see, nigga. I see what you doing." That's what Mark said. I see. Okay, let's change it up. All right, let's take that shit back. Let's take it back to Moncala. I don't know what Moncala is, but yeah, nigga, Moncala. So this little board that looks like devil eggs is made. Don't come for me, y'all. I'm not trying to disrespect. I've never seen Moncala, never heard of Moncala. So somebody break down what Moncala is. Looks like a little tray that you be making devil eggs and put that in there. They put the little dices in there. So Martin tells him, "Look, son's choice," and I'm just gonna sit back while I dust the floor with your damn ego. So they really get ready to have a little fun time. I love it. While Smitty's tight panty ass fussing at Samantha in the middle of the damn restaurant. Go sit down, baby. So we're back there, yes, at Orphe Jeans. And so Samantha's trying to talk to him. "I know that you're angry." He gives her the car keys. "Go wait in the fucking car." She's like, "Why won't you just let me talk to my mother? Damn." I'm like, "Well, Smitty, what kind of relationship did he have with his mammy? Like, where's his mammy at? Is she like Jane? What's my girl name? What's her name? Jan? Is she smart and wise like Jan? Because Jan, that's my boo. That's Ashley's mama, for those of y'all who don't know. That's that bitch be spitting wisdom. Where's your mammy, Smitty? Because you so mean. He keeps telling her we will talk at home. She said, "No, nigga, you'll be doing the talking." He says, "Look, car now." All right, we got a nice clear picture of the menu. Because Smitty goes over there behind the counter because June is back there. And so, because Samantha leaves real mad like. So he says, June, hey, do you have a minute?" So she turned around all happy. So yeah, the Chesapeake omelet is still up there. The sides. Who eats potato salad with an omelet and green sprouts? Why do you want to eat green sprouts with a fucking omelet? Omelet. You're supposed to eat grits and some potatoes and some eggs. Well, I guess that is a potato salad. No, I'm talking about like hash brown shit. And some scrambled eggs, baby. Some damn grits. Some oatmeal if you want it, some toast, some biscuits, the English muffin. That's what you have on the side of a Chesapeake fucking omelet. Unless that's not what it is, unless it's not an egg. I don't know. Let me see. I'm not gonna waste my time searching no damn Chesapeake damn omelet or for Jean. So she comes from around the counter, and so she's like, "Yeah, anything for the man who let me see Samantha." No, he didn't. Okay, we panned up a little bit. They still got the chicken fried steak up there for $11.99. Okay, this is gonna be the clearest that menu is. I know y'all think about that menu like, thank God. Now the coffee and the tea and the soda and the juice. Okay, that juice is $4. That shit better be fresh squeezed for $4. And they got a little heart beside it. All right now. She said, "Oh, it was the nicest time." He said, "Yeah, right, whatever. She didn't ask for permission. And if she did, I would not have allowed that." Wow, he's so mean. She was like, "I beg your fucking pardon." He was like, "Martin and I allowed you to see the kids to give your ass closure. When you put them up for adoption, you did so they would be happy and safe and have the life that at that point that you could have only imagined." Damn, you been cold. But true, but they're thriving, bitch, he says. I don't know if I said it twice. When I hit my phone, it didn't pause. So if I said it twice, that meant it was meant to be nice. Yay. And he says the last thing that he would want is for something just to come along and disrupt that shit. That they worked hard for that. She was like, "And I'm that something." He says, "Look, that is not exactly what I said." Yes, you did say that, Smitty, you mean ass. "If Tyrell and Samantha wants to know me, they're underage." No, they're not. Samantha is 30 fucking years. Samantha's 30. And Tyrell is 23, 24. Stop it. He says one word from me, and this all comes to a close. Phew. She says, "Did I do something wrong?" He looked like he just wanted to just slap the shit out of her. He was like, "Look, bitch, okay, wait, look. If the kids insist on seeing your ass, then I won't stop them, okay?" And she putting her hands together like she begging. "I really hope you wouldn't." Don't beg him, June. Talk to Martin. He full of shit. Talking about Smitty's full of shit. He said, "Look, they might be willing to forget how you just let them down in the past, but I fucking remember." That, see, to me, this sounds personal. I feel like Smitty went through the same shit with his mama. It seems personal to me. That's what it sounds like. It's just very, very personal to me. It doesn't sound like it has anything to do with the kids. Feels like to me that this is something that he should be telling his mammy. He says that he was there. He remembers he was there when she signed their asses away. "And I will be here for them if you hurt them again." Ooh, that's a really ugly picture of her. When I be just doing pauses, y'all, but I swear their little facial expressions, her eyes is like rolling up in her head. I don't think I'll be able to catch that no more. I don't know if I'll be able to catch that. Y'all know I be saying I will put the pictures in the damn video. Nope, I'll be putting them on my post on my wall. Yeah, I'll put them on my wall. And if you do, I promise you that it will be the last time either of us will make that mistake again. Why is he threatening her? You know what you just did could make her relapse, nigga? That you ain't even thinking about that? I mean, that was weird. Anyway, we're back at Ashley's box, and Derek with his lying ass talking at Jacob trying to put the books back on the shelf. What if this feeling I have that it goes away and I feel nothing for the rest of my life. So what? What then? And I'm not going to get her hopes up like that, Jacob. So just let it go. So you hear them coming back in. "Look who's back," Jacob says. "How everything go?" "Everything went good," Naomi says. "Okay, whatever." So Jacob and Naomi go to the refrigerator and help with the drinks, and so Ashley asked Derek, "Is everything all right? You looks like you've been up to something." He was like, "Oh, I mean, you know how it is. Carpentry gets me going. Yeah, yeah, yeah." Derek lied. Well, in that case, she always kissing on him. "Well, since we all got all that connubial bliss out of the way, who's ready to eat?" And you know Jacob. Jacob be like, "Damn, I got all these secrets I'm holding in my belly." Jacob Jacob be holding so many damn secrets. So Naomi was like, "Well, before we do anything, let's make a toast." And so Ashley was like, "For what?" Everybody got a bottle of beer. And so Jacob was like, "Well, you know how these Duprees are. They can't do anything without having a toast or a prayer." And that nigga ain't never been wrong. This one, he was right about that shit. They have to have a prayer or a toast. Well, some things need to be set apart, like to celebrate, okay? Like this moment. Naomi says, Jacob and I couldn't be happier for our favorite bestie. We knew that you all would find each other back your way into each other's arms again eventually. You're each other's perfect match, Jacob said. Naomi was like, yeah, honey, and this time it's forever, right? Best wishes to the happy pair. Congratulations. Naomi, you're subconsciously actually congratulating your mammy in another state, but we see the little thin invisible thread. So they did a toast, they said, for to forever, and it cling. So Jacob looking at him and he looking at Jacob. Anyway, so we're back at Uptowns and Vanessa's so surprised that Joey wants to take me on a vacation. I want to take you on a romantic getaway that you deserve. Nah, nigga, you want to be away from the scene of the crime like you did that time you used her. Just think about it, Vanessa. When that boy was unalived in that park, he had an alibi. Where was he? At Orphy Jeans in a crowded spot, sitting there looking at you. That's exactly what happened. And that's going to happen to Doug and Marcel. Talking all this shit, telling her that she should be bathing in moonlight. Nigga. Swimming in pools that are bluer than your eyes. You should be waited on, catered to, adored. I hear that it's lovely this time of year, and I've always wanted to go to Puerto Rico, but, well, you know the best way to get rid of temptation, don't you? Press pause. Y'all know that when that man found out that his wife was cheating on him with another guy, that guy left or he got unalive, one or the other. But if there's a man that's in Joy's way of his woman or the person that he loves, he always gets rid of the other person. That's his MO, that's his pattern. That's what he do. So yeah, Doug will die. Sorry, he will be dead. He tells her to give into it. She says, I don't have time. He says, honey, 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 you can't afford not to. Oh my God, you make it sound so dreamy. I mean, I like adventure as much as the next girl. They act like they 16 at the damn soda pop shop. Oh my God, Joey, how groovy is that? It's gnarly. Then she changed her mind. She says, all right, let's do that shit. Okay, so we're back at the Vegas motel, and so Danny has her back turned and she's talking to him while he's getting dressed, Andre. She says, what a short, strange trip this has been. How do I look, Mr. Man of Mine? So she got on some shades, honey, some eyeglasses, some sunglasses to, I guess, hide that redness in her eyes. He was like, exquisite. I love the dramatic turn. She's like, any faster, I'll fall off the merry-go-round. They still tipped. He says he will get them more water as soon as he can stand up. And she says, one more night? He was like, wait, to do what? She's like, you have to ask. He said, that does sound promising, he says. She says, but we do have to face the inevitable. Oh, how the family will talk, she says. He says, well, let's look on the bright side. You can say this was a colossal screw up, or call it a ridiculous waste of a day. But there's no one that I'd rather do. And he pointed at her and him. He's like, well, you get the gist. Say it, Andre. Mr. Romance, you do speak the same language. Yes, we do. So you see Andre with his old printed pants, baby. He always gonna have a solid and a print. You will never, ever, 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 ever see Andre wearing anything like what they call it, monochromatic. You will never see him do that. He's a party. He's a walking party. I guess we have to now that we're married, Danny says. And she says, when things get rocked, I love that mustard colored outfit she has on. It's beautiful satin. She puts her shades back on. We roll. She says, so let's roll, Mr. Husband. He says, I'm right by your side, Mrs. Wife. And that is the end of episode number 135. It was decent. It was decent. It wasn't a lot. It's all right. I mean, I guess yesterday was so climatic with the wedding at the what the kinky something. I can't remember. But anyway, hopefully you did enjoy this. Hopefully I didn't mess up. I might have to listen to this and edit it. But if not, y'all know I make mistakes. I call wrong names. I say wrong shit. And I did this whole thing without having my glasses on. So you're liable to hear a lot of mistakes. I don't know why I didn't have my fucking glasses on while I was reading. I'm sitting on the couch just having a good time watching this at real time. So let me go ahead and see what pictures I'm going to upload. I might wait to upload this one Let me see. I'll take some pictures and then do that. I'm not going to add them in the video. I'm just going to do my basic too until I'm finished with this play. Once I'm finished with the play, then I'll be back to my regular scheduled cussing editing program. But I'm just getting this up and out. So y'all take it easy. Take it and thank y'all for the compliments. I take a little peek at what you guys say. Y'all just make a auntie feel so good. That's why I love y'all so much. Y'all make me feel really good. I'm trying to be creative and be different, and it's working. It's definitely working, and I'm growing. So thank y'all so much, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.